I have basically never had a case come to me with good documentation. The problem is most of the time they're police officers' reports. There may be some scene photographs taken by the driver or his safety supervisor, and usually that's about it. I'm a retired police officer, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Deputy. I was with the military police, and I was with the Detroit police prior to that, specializing in traffic collision investigation and reconstruction. Since that time, I've either owned or operated several different forensic science companies specializing in traffic collision reconstruction. We figure that the commercial vehicles, specifically large trucks, are putting in tens of millions of miles per year on the highway system, and that the highways were really not designed for vehicles of that size. The problem is that the big truck, because of it being owned by a major company usually, or at least a company, will be the big loser when it comes to the court litigation later on. Law enforcement doesn't always know what they're doing because it is a very specialized area of training. And if a police officer specializes in narcotics or in robberies or homicides, the police department gets some funding back from the state and from the federal government to help pay for that police officer. For traffic, that doesn't happen. So there's no reason for them to spend the money to train a police officer to be specialized in traffic investigation. Those that are trained, the vast majority are out there to find somebody at fault that they can write a ticket to. The average payout without litigation is somewhere between $10,000 to $15,000 per person. And that's where we're going car against car. When you're going car against semi-truck, because the commercial carrier is seen by many people to have deep pockets, that's multiplied many times. And that's often just paid to get out from under the lawsuit when the commercial carrier did absolutely nothing wrong. But because it was a commercial carrier, there was all that money involved. In order for me to obtain aerial photography and to obtain historical roadway data and signage and lighting and telephone poles and even roadway markings, means that I have to put in hours and hours and hours of extra research. By not having it documented at the time, it ends up costing thousands and thousands of extra dollars trying to recreate that information that was easily available at the time. We will have a highly trained expert come out and document the entire scene, the vehicles involved, take all necessary measurements using state-of-the-art equipment, take the photographs that are necessary, harvest all the evidence that's available, recording everything that's going to be necessary so that an expert somewhere down the road will be able to utilize that data to properly analyze and defend your driver in this case somewhere down the road. Doesn't mean that your driver wasn't at fault, but at least if they're found wrong, they'll be found wrong of doing what they really did.